welcome to Hey Hetty What's Cooking. This is autumn week and I'm gonna move on. I made this gorgeous pumpkin pie spice. I'm gonna put a little bit of it to use today. Now I'm gonna show you in an upcoming video how to prepare a sugar pumpkin, or also known as a pie pumpkin, and make your own puree. And you don't have to use the canned stuff, but hey, I think most of us, if you are a cook and you cook at Thanksgiving, most of us have a can or two of canned pumpkin. So guilty as charged. I want to show people that you don't have to be la-di-da and make the fresh pumpkin puree, okay? This is canned pumpkin, and that's why I'm using it on purpose. You can use canned pumpkin. There's nothing wrong with canned pumpkin. I have used it off and on for years for different things. Pumpkin bread, you name it. Pumpkin cake, all that kind of stuff. And you know, when I can, if I find me some good sugar pumpkins, I'll do them up, make something good out of it, okay? If you want to, you can use pumpkin puree in this as well and really be all fresh and homemade. But for those who can't, I wanted to let them know they can make some good stuff using canned pumpkin, okay? Now, we're making pumpkin butter, as the title showed you when the video came on. So I'm adding 1 can. I think it's, I don't know, it's in between 15 and 16 ounce can of pumpkin, canned pumpkin. Not pumpkin pie pumpkin, just basically pureed pumpkin. And I've got 1.5 cups of brown sugar. Yes, as I always say, I make my own brown sugar. And I'm going to turn this on low. I'm going to knock this apart and I'm going to start whisking this together. You can put pumpkin butter with cookies, and that might be something I try to do later for you. I'm kind of in a time crunch coming up these next few weeks. But I'm definitely thinking about you, and I want to share some stuff with you and let you make some stuff with people, or for people, with your kids, for your husband, for your significant other. Show your mother-in-law you can make something. That was just a joke. But I don't know, maybe some of you want to be able to say, hey, look, I can do this, you know. It's so easy. This is just good old pumpkin butter. It's good on toast. You can do a whole lot of things with it and put it in other desserts, cookies and everything else. Which is, if I have time, I'm gonna try to do that. And I'll need some pumpkin butter for that. So either way, at my house, this will get eaten. Alright, so I've got that whisked up pretty good. I guess it helped if I hit start, wouldn't it? I knew that was taking too long. I'll cut that up in just a minute. Now, a lot of different recipes have a lot of different little things that they do. Now, this is kind of a to taste thing. So, I'd say minimum you want to have. Now, I'm using my pumpkin pie spice. You can just use regular pumpkin pie spice if you don't want to make mine. A lot of stuff is, my pumpkin pie spice, a lot of people just have it on hand already in their pantry. And if you don't want to do that, you can just go buy you some store brand, a couple of bucks. Not very expensive. That's my pumpkin pie spice. Boy, I guess I would be fancy. I didn't think about it. I would be fancy if I would have used some of my sugar pumpkin puree in this. I have before. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to show people stuff doesn't have to be difficult. Oh, there's Crazy Corner. I didn't mix it up as good that I did it again. When I'm having to play them back and edit them, it just drives me crazy when I seem to ignore this section right here. And I've said that in several videos, but it does. It just drives me. I'm like, there I am, just rambling along, and I'm stirring so well everywhere except right there in that corner where it needs it. And if I see something not mixed in, it just drives me nuts. Now, of course, I get it eventually, but, you know. Is that a form of OCD? I don't know. If it is, I've got it. If not, there you go. Now, what I was trying to get at earlier is You start out with 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. Then you will actually taste this, and this might be a little too early to taste, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, that's good. That's just right. So I've got 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice in there, but everybody's taste is different. I like the flavor of the brown sugar in my pumpkin butter. And what we're going to do is I'm going to get this hot, and I'm going to get it stirring. Then I'm going to put the lid on it. We're going to go low and slow. And then, of course, all you do is make sure you have some sanitized. I'm not going to water bath these or anything because I'm not good at that. That's not my thing. Now, I'll tell you who can is Noreen from Noreen's Kitchen and Mrs. Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead. Boy, I just love her to death. I love watching her can. She just knows exactly what she's doing. I admire her quite a bit. I'm watching her for years, Noreen too. There's a whole bunch of them out there I like. I just want to get the heat all through it, and then I'm going to cut it down. Oh, about, and I'm going to tell you a secret. You can do this in your crock pot, but you have to kind of watch it. Even if it's in the crock pot, you don't want it to scorch on the bottom. Whoops, folks, sorry about that. My phone went off and messed up the camera. So, as I was saying, we're going to bring this up to a boil. And I hope the editing doesn't mess this video up. I'm sorry if it does. You know what I added? I added 1 can of, in between, I guess, 15 and 16 ounces of just pumpkin, canned pumpkin, not pumpkin pie, just canned pumpkin, like you would use for a pumpkin pie, but not pumpkin pie kind of pumpkin. Like, you know how they have them already kind of done up, where you just dump it for a shell. And then I've got a 1.5 cups of brown sugar and 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice. Now you'll have to taste that and see if it's to your liking. You can go up a little more. So anyway, I'm going to bring this up to a boil, and it looks like we're right about there. And then I'm just going to cut it way down and simmer it for a little while. Then we're going to cut it off and let it cool. And I'll bring you back when it's been time. About to cut this down. We'll put a lid on it, and then we'll come back. We'll be back. Hey everybody. Egg on my face. Can you believe I was running my mouth and I forgot one of the main ingredients? I've got a 1.5 cups of apple cider. Just apple cider. You get it at the grocery store. I cannot believe I did that. Pretty embarrassing, running my mouth. I knew I had that 1.5 cups sitting there, but I didn't know why. I knew that came to a boil too easy. Anyway, we're backing up. We're going to bring this to a boil. As soon as this comes up to a boil, we'll cut it down. Hey, we all do stuff like that. I don't edit out my mess ups like that because you know what? That's life. Like I've said a zillion million times, if you've been watching me from the beginning, I'm not a chef. I'm not Paula Deen, love Paula Deen. I'm not Paula Deen. I'm not Alton Brown. I'm me. I'm sure not Julia Child. I'm just a regular person. I did not go to culinary school. My parents had a love of cooking. Both of my grandmothers had a love of cooking. And I've been blessed enough to have been cooking from a very young age. With supervision, of course. So, anyway, this is all whisked together now. 1.5 cups of apple cider. And you know, I always have the recipes down below. So, have no fear. The recipe is here. And bring this up to a boil, and then let's get this baby going. As soon as I bring it up to a boil, then I'm going to cook it low and slow. And I said earlier, you do this in a crock pot. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'm not making a big batch. Not making a big batch. But you know, this would be a really nice gift. You could make you a double batch or something and give it out to people. It's really good. A lot of people really like it. I've done that before. I hadn't done it a long ages ago. But I usually share it with my brother's household. They've got a big household over there. Okay, we're coming up to a boil. Going way back down low. And now, this time, it's correct. It's right. I'm putting a lid on it again. Boom. And this time we'll be back when it's ready to take up and put into a jar, okay? Thanks for understanding my mistakes, and I'll be back when this is done. Okay, everybody. I actually let mine simmer low for about an hour because I was doing so many other things, working on some other videos for you guys, and all that fun multitasking stuff. But look at this. That is, and it's even thickened a little more upon standing. It's still very hot right now. So I'm going to let this cool before I put it in a jar. But look at that. The flavor is just unbelievable. I mean, I'm having to beat the kids off with a stick. So there you have it. Some pumpkin butter. And you know, you could use fresh pumpkin puree as well. But I just wanted to show, again, I wanted to just show people you can just do great things with canned pumpkin. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't be all beating yourself up and stuff. You know, I still buy stuff. I'm not Miss Perfect, making everything from scratch. I like to make it from scratch when I can, and there's times I can, there's times I can't. But anyway, you got to try this. This was just too easy. Like I said, great for gifts and just great for your morning toast. Or it goes great in cookies and stuff like that. So anyway, you got to try this. Pumpkin butter. I hope you like it, and I hope you try it. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.